Hey Marco, sup? So, we need to figure out the roof. So, I'm going to make a support somewhere here at the same angle as this, so that the roof is gonna be held at a proper angle, so that I can determine where this needs to be. Otherwise, since this is moving, I'm never gonna be able to really fix it properly. Um, okay, let's do this. What do we need? It's a 5. Number 5 connector. Because I think it's the same issue than in the Sierra, that this is not a proper stud length away from the rest. Hey Loke, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Let us see. What results do we have here? I'm, by the way, you can see my head. I'm sweating like there's no tomorrow. I just came back from a walk, took a shower, and immediately after the shower, I'm sweat soaked again, without even moving. So it's kind of hot here. The heat wave is relentless. Come on. Okay. Let's eyeball this without this, because this is just in the way at the moment. Wait, what am I missing? Has to be. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not a full stud length. Jesus. Just a moment. I'm gonna go get a towel because it's just amazing. Jesus. I'm like I'm just came out of a sauna. Only that I didn't. Ah. Okay. Back to what we did. Yeah, that's why I have problems locating this. Of course, things here are moving a little, obviously. And that's why, of course, the only way I have this attached is not really proper, let's say. But yeah, we're gonna make it work. It is a full stud length in this direction, just not up and down. So we have to make ourselves a jig that is gonna hold this in place. That's yeah. Really? I mean, I would imagine that Mostar is quite hot this at this time of the year. I was there in 2019, no, 2018, and in August, and it was pretty hot there. Pretty damn hot. We're gonna make it like this. We just need something here to hold it. Okay. There. Probably should make it like this, yeah. There. So I'm gonna attach it here. And now I'm gonna use this. There. So what's this gonna do is, this is the same angle as this. So I can attach it properly somewhere here. So it holds position, and then we can properly figure out where the A-pillars need to be attached. That's the general idea here. And once we have that, then the roof is gonna be in the proper place, fixated, and then once we attach the C-pillars, all the structure should stop moving like this. So then it'll be, you know, a unibody kind of affair. Okay, so let's see. Too long probably. So if I wanted to locate it here, I should use a number 3, right? And number 3 is gonna give me, or should give me, a stud length. No. No? Why not? Why I'm not getting a full stud here? Awkward. Awkward. Basically, I should get a full stud length without this. Should be, yeah. If I had this the same length as this, then this should work. And this is a bit long to fit in here. Is it? Is this? This is this. So technically, technically we should be alright if we use this. Like that. Yep. That should do it. That's the same length. And we're gonna fix it here for the time being, so that we can finish the A-pillars. Okay, like this. Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. So, if my calculations are correct, this should work. And it looks like it does. Yep. So, see, this is the same angle and the same length that we have here. So these two are basically fixing the roof, so it's perfectly parallel to everything else. And now we can really determine the A-pillar because we don't have any variables. So everything is fixed in place, unlike before where we could move this back and forth and, you know, whatever we did here, maybe it was fine, but then this was like tilted back. So that was not okay. Now we can determine the proper location of this. Obviously, we need to adhere to the angle of this. So these two need to be at the same angle. That's our guide. And immediately we see that whatever we did last time, see this guy here, it's not correct. And immediately here I see issues. Yeah. Okay, I need to shim this, otherwise this is gonna move back and forth and give us more headaches. There. So that this guy cannot move. There. Okay, so this isn't moving left and right. Jesus, I need to wipe everything here because I'm sweating. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, now this is the same ish. Yeah. Okay, yeah, obviously this is not the right location for this. Oh wow, really? Whoa. Okay, yeah, I know why. Okay. Okay. I cannot change this at the moment. So where do we place this? I mean, obviously it's not going to be here. So this we can remove this safely. Okay. Now let's place these back on to better aid us. And I'm gonna remove the wheel because it's just come on. It's just playing with the level of the car, and I don't like that. Okay. So now I want to basically find a way to fix this in a location like this. Hard to judge. I think it's half a stud in that direction, but I'm not sure. Let me make a jig again. Come on. I knew I saw it. There. Nope. This is not it. This is definitely not it. It's a very weird measurement. I mean, no, because it should be like this. Yeah, this would maybe fit, but the angle is more like this. So it's okay. So it's half a stud down from this, but in the center. Okay, we can work with this. So half a stud down, but in the center. How do we make this? We could use this guy. Yeah. We could use this guy for our purposes. And what would we do here? No. No. No, we have to use this guy. There's no other way. So we would use it here instead of that. But what do we do with the bottom ones? That's the big question. $1,000,000 question. Obviously, we can replace these two with something else. If maybe we make a super duper awesome A-pillar connector here, that would be maybe multi-purpose. Then we could do something. But half a stud, of course. I mean, of course it will be half a stud. How do I connect this? That's the issue. How do I connect this guy and this position? So it probably needs to be something like this. Let me illustrate. It needs to be, he needs to be here. Exactly here. Come on. Stay with me. Here. That would probably be, yeah, that is the perfect position. That's the A-pillar position. And we need to make something here. Some play that would make this work. And that connects to both of these here. For stability's sake, I think. Just this would be relatively easy. We could use, we could use this here to just make it happen at a whim's notice. So we would use this and this, plug it in here like that. And then I would use this here. This here. And now we can this here, like that, like that, and then this plugs in. However, this is not okay. It needs a second point to attach to. So we need to go further. And for this, I think we're gonna use this guy here. It's flimsy at the moment, but bear with me. Okay, this guy here. And now we can use this. Probably something like this. No, probably something like this. I don't know. I'm experimenting. So maybe like this. And then like this. So this would properly locate it. As you can see, or can't. With this solution, this and this are parallel. For all intents and purposes, they are parallel. There's maybe a tiny bit of discrepancy, but that's okay, I think. Yeah. And this is maybe we are being cheated. Maybe we are being cheated, and this is not okay because it needs to be like this. Otherwise, this is not parallel. Yeah. Now it is. Sort of. And now it isn't. Yeah. That's a bummer. I mean, it's a bit complex, I must admit. We cannot use anything other than the sixth. Then it will be wider than this, and that's not okay. Hey, Mr. Morty, that's not okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So if we take this into account, and we of course discard this again, and make sure that this is parallel, well, basically we can have it rest on this. We can have it rest on this. Okay. I hope the B pillar is less tricky.
So we have what? Yeah, the classic. We have the classic.
So it's of course half a stud down and half a stud in that direction. Obviously. Why wouldn't it be? But I wonder if we can emerge victorious out of this. What if, and this is just me thinking out loud, if we employ one of these and kind of, have it like this. Come on, don't interfere. Have it like this. Would this be okay? Then, you know, we have it had it like this. This connection could be good in more than one way. Let's try it. We'll never know otherwise. Come on. Okay. There. And now we can have this here and this here. Yeah. No. Well, I will know. That's the problem. I will know, and as long as I know, that's a huge problem. Mm-hmm. Let me just tidy up my nose. Just a second. There. Hey, Moss. Welcome to the stream. Mm. Okay, that was better in my head. Yeah. I mean, if this worked, that would be perfect, but it doesn't. This may work, but we cannot extend this anymore because then we are gonna have a huge problem locating the A pillar, which we are already having, but um, yeah. Yeah, that was me emptying the contents of my nasal cavity into a handkerchief. Mm, damn it! That's not proper. That is not proper. Mm. If we go reversed, what happens if we go reverse? Maybe we can get a clue. Okay. This way, it's half a stud. Of course, yeah. Half a stud up from here. Obviously, it would be half a stud. Yeah, damn it. Yeah, exactly half a stud. How do we deal with that? How do we deal with that? There are ways, but I don't like them. Hmm. No, wait. This is not gonna happen. Hmm. Maybe this is gonna be easier. Like this. Hmm. Yeah, maybe. All right. Mm. It's gonna be powered by electric motors. So, yeah. Yeah. The only problem is that there's half a stud clearance here. That's the problem. There's, of course, always half a stud clearance, because why wouldn't it be? And we have no good way of dealing with that half a stud here. That's the problem. Because, if I do this, then I have the half a stud here, but then I have half a stud between those, and I cannot. Well, I cannot. I can do something. Yeah, yeah. Let's do the cheap way out and see what happens. There, there. Okay. So I'm putting this in like this, and now we need. Where is it? Take a new one. You have to take this guy here. Put this on like that, and plug it in here. And this seems to work. And this seems to work beautifully, actually. This is parallel. Suddenly, this is parallel. Suddenly, everything is beautiful. Now let's repeat this on the other side, and we are golden. I think. I'm pretty sure that what we just did here, there's gonna be some issue with this, some minor, you know, minor thing that we have not considered, and it will balloon into something big. But right now, geometry wise, this is good. Probably it's gonna make attaching the A pillar here more. I mean, A pillar. This here problematic in one way or the other, but right now that's not the issue here. It's gonna be in 10 minutes, but not right now. Okay. And we need this. Hmm. There. Higher. Like this. There we go. Come on. Up. Okay. So this is where these guys need to be located. So I can take this off, I guess. Now I can put this back on. Let's see what this accomplished. Yeah. Yeah. This is okay. This is okay. The rear, of course, is still moving, but that's because there's, you know, there's nothing attaching it to anything, so that's okay. But this part here is pretty okay. This will be better once the rear is attached, of course. Yeah. Okay. Next part. A-pillar. I mean, A-pillar. That's the A-pillar, but this part here. So this part here needs to be located as well. Otherwise, the whole fender here is gonna flap around, and we really don't want this. Also, this part here is just for it. I mean, I attached it just temporarily. It needs to go, of course. Needs to go. Let me just clear the nose again. Just a second. So, me playing the trumpet again. Right. Wait, did you just go out and I did this? No. Okay. So, in any case, we need to find a way, of course, to combine this with this. This is gonna be the lower part of the windscreen for stability's sake, of course, because this is kind of moving a little bit, and you know we don't want this. Okay. This guy here. What do we do here? Basically, if we remove this here, these are gonna suddenly start moving against each other. And if we have the tire here, or the wheel, this of course has no business being here because the wheel is gonna hit it. Okay, so whatever we do to make sure that these two are fixed together and fixed to this here has to be done here on top, just below the A-pillar. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. So, how do we do that? That's the second issue, because we do need some of these, not exactly like this, because there's gonna be pieces for the fender that are gonna look. I mean, if you have Christian's CAD drawings, you know what I mean. But the only fixed part here is this guy here, where this attaches. This guy is not gonna be here because this is where the fender piece is gonna come. Yeah. So the only other way to fix it would be this hole. Or not just this hole. We can make it two holes. We can make it two holes, but this would locate only this guy here, the outer part, not this. This here, we in order for us to fix this guy here, we need to swap around a few parts. So basically what we need this hole where the connector for the door is right now. So we need to basically swap. Come on. Yeah, of course it will go all the way out naturally. Come on. So this guy needs to be here and this guy needs to be on top. That's what needs to happen here. Basically we just swap them around for this purpose. There, like this. Come on. There. So now this hole is freed up and we can do something with it. For example, we are gonna have a row of these here. Oh, come on. So many parts and not a single 4-stud lift arm. 4-stud plate. Oh well. Okay. So I'm gonna do this like that and like that. This is gonna be just a placeholder. Of course, we just are focusing on these two here. So, come on. There. Now we have holes here that can with which we can attach this here to the body. Everything is very fragile here because this is not structural. It's just for looks. So, yeah, now we can do something with this. I mean, can use this here. Yeah, it doesn't have to be very strong, just has to attach to this. So we take this out. There. We use this guy here, I think. Yeah. We use this. Use this. Good thing that I have absolutely no interest in football at all, so I don't really care. So, theoretically and practically, this is good. Now this comes on, and the fender is fixed. No need for anything more. And I think, I mean, probably the tire is gonna, yeah, we have plenty of clearance. Yeah, that's good. Very good. our A pillar. And the door suddenly much more stable. And here we are not gonna have a lock. We're basically gonna just use one of those uh, axle holes or whatever, pinholes, and just gonna click it in. I don't know. That's gonna be good enough for us. So you can pull it out, click it in, good enough. So since I still don't have motors, we are gonna busy ourselves here with this part here. So first we need to determine the spring location, which needs to be pretty much what's in the front, so that the ground clearance is the same in front and rear, because last time we changed the ground clearance in the front. And then after we have that, oh yeah, I must not connect these because I don't have a differential. Then we need to make the B pillars work, you know. So we have this here, but this is just a empty canvas because the B pillars, the way Christian did it, of course they float in there because he was not concerned making a structure. He was just concerned with the looks, and the structure is, our business. We need to determine how we are gonna integrate what he did into the actual structure. So far, so good. I think this is a very accurate recreation of what he did. This is gonna be different, but it's a placeholder for now. So, yeah, let's see. So I think, yeah, we need to lower this by one stud. This needs to be one stud lower. Um, so it needs to be here. It needs to be here. Oh. Oh. It needs to be here. I think. Because it's gonna work pretty hard. What if I do this? I can do this. Why not? Yeah, this might work. The camber gain is a bit extreme. That's where it works. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if we take a look at the camber gain, and its fully extended version, we have, of course, camber like this. Then when it compresses, it gets quite adventurous. Maybe it should be half a stud further out. Maybe. I'm just checking if it touches the spring here. It doesn't, I think. Okay, yeah. We need to work on that. It doesn't, and it's pretty stiff. So That should be okay. Um, and the front, let's see the front camber gain. And the front, we have the same issue here. What happens then? Yeah, the front camber gain is not that huge. Not really. Mm. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm a little concerned that the wheel is not gonna clear the fender, but we are gonna deal with this, you know, when we get to it. I don't know. We'll see. But here, thing is that we, as discussed, we absolutely want to get rid of this here. We want to get rid of this, and if we want to get rid of this, we have to burden the roof with being the weight-bearing member of the chassis. So in order for us to do this, we need to make the C-pillars. And the C-pillar is gonna be interesting. So in the front here, we have the problem that we want the front to be as low as possible. In the rear here, that's not really our concern. We don't have to be as low as possible. But the thing is that since the front and rear are mirrored and the engine is going to be here, we have to do some structure around the engine. So basically we're going to do something around the engine that's going to connect to this and form the base of the A pillar. This is a problem that we don't have in the front, because the front structure basically ends here, and whatever is here is not structural. Uh, Here is basically the structural part, and here in the front is basically just the engine and gearbox, and the rest is not really structural. It's not that important. Here in the rear, the situation is different because the C pillar actually is gonna be structured. So, yeah, um, that's this in a nutshell. Um, and of course, you know, the part that we have here, this thing here is not as good as what we have here in the front, to put it mildly. Um, and I actually don't know what to do to make it better, because we have less room. We cannot put a frame like this here. We have just this, and this is kinda not the way I would like it to be. I mean, uh, the fact that this is detaching is not a problem. This can be fixed. Um, this is more of a problem, but we are not gonna fix this here. This is gonna be fixed with the C pillar, and yeah, I think. I mean, we are gonna burn the roof a lot with this. Um, Still, I think we must do something here. What happens? Okay, I think we have a gap here that we can exploit. This gap here can be exploited for us to attach this frame here to these guys here a little more firmly, so that we have more a better a wider connection here. So it's not just the two studs in the middle, but we have actually engagement from a wider What angle? That's not the right word. Or is it? Yeah, maybe from a wider scope. Yeah, maybe a wider scope is probably the better word. Um, yeah, so we have basically here we have what 9 studs engagement. Here we could have 7, I think. Still better than 3. Um, yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try this. So I would use this guy here to sneak in here. So you see, we have room. It doesn't interfere with this at all. And now we would have something attached to this guy that would connect to this. And here immediately I see few issues. One of them is, well, the spring rubbing against this is not a problem. No, that's not a problem. We need axle holes, not pin holes. And I'm gonna use these guys. And I'm gonna use these guys. And maybe it's gonna make a difference. I hope it's gonna make a difference. So the idea is to have it like this.
Ah, it disappeared from our universe.
Okay, let's see. Best I can do, I think. So the other connection would be here. In this pin, we would have a, a something. I mean, it would be a few connectors, I guess. Um, and this would prevent this from disengaging from the body. Come on. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, this made a gigantic difference. This is a huge difference. Yep. This is a huge difference. This basically makes this as one. Very good. Okay. That makes me happy. So now we need to make this thing here that prevents this from disengaging. And for this purpose, we have to get rid of this. And here we see that we need what? Not a lot. We need, yeah, we need this guy and two of these, basically. So this is all it needs to prevent this from disengaging, I think. Come on. There. Perfect. This, oh my god, yeah. This is already a million times better than it was. So, obviously, because of this here, now I cannot disengage this anymore. Very good. Imagine if we jumped the car and suddenly the rear would flop off because it would disengage here. I mean, we cannot have this. That would be an embarrassment. Right. So now we need to make a structure here. So obviously, because we don't have to take into account the height of the hood, we can we have more freedom here than we would have otherwise. Still, we have to keep in mind that we don't have a lot of vertical room for the outer part, I think, because of the wheels and their suspension travel. Yeah, and we need to determine first where the C pillar needs to sit here. So how much room we have. And we can, thanks to Christian, we can do this pretty accurately, because all the measurements are basically done. I'm gonna do pretty much the same as I did on the other side. Come on. I did. When the rear spring, I already mounted the rear springs a stud lower. The way they are mounted now is a stud lower than before. So this is where the rear stuff attaches to. Now let's see how far away the rear structure here needs to be, and we're gonna attach it. Yeah, we did that. Okay. Now I'm aware of the fact that Christian made some changes to the design of the rear of the car, mainly so that the rear is a little bit longer. But this doesn't change the A pillar in the slightest. So this is just because what he did is just cosmetic. So I'm not gonna recall those drawings for now. What I'm interested here are those dimensions here. So we have like 4 and 6 is 10 and 2 is 12. So 12 studs separate those. Yep, that looks perfectly all right. So that's just a temporary setup, just to determine where things need to be. So obviously we have to use this guy here, and we're gonna have to connect this here to this, because here is gonna be the motor. Obviously there's gonna be some structure that's gonna go behind the motor, and there will be some structure for this, I guess. But the main structure for the C pillar is gonna be this. So from here to here, and then to the roof. This kind of triangle, if you will. And this triangle, of course, is gonna provide us with support for this. And yeah, we have to figure this out. Obviously I don't want this to flop around, so we're gonna have to do the same trick that we did in the front with those here. So obviously I want this and this to be connected, and the only way we can connect it is with those. Come on, why do I not have one single 3-star? Well, great. Now I found those. Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. There. This. And I guess, just in order for us to keep our options open, I'm gonna use this guy here, and I'm gonna do this. So with this, this part here doesn't flop anymore, and it's perfectly located. Of course, the wheel arch is gonna be a lot firmer than this here, and it's gonna provide additional structure. Actually, this is gonna be pretty much structure just in the front, which is gonna be perfectly okay. And here in the rear, since we have this here, we actually can use the second row of these Um, well, we will be able to use the second row of this, kinda. I think to to do, I don't know, something like this. You know, I'm just experimenting. Either this or the L lift arm. We'll see. So otherwise, there's no way of us reaching towards there. So this would then provide us um, with an extension to this. Um, I still don't know how we're gonna do the A pillar, and I am kind of afraid that this is gonna be in the way of the motor. Until I have it, I cannot judge. But yeah, uh, actually, actually, uh, we can place this a lot closer to home because we can place it on this side. On this side, because this part here is going to be hidden by the arch and it's not going to be visible. So we can place it here. And this makes us look a lot better with this. Now, this frame, of course, is going to be replaced by the smaller frame, by this guy, because obviously we don't want this part sticking out into the cabin, because we need every bit of real space that we can in the cabin, because everything basically that's controlling the car is going to be there. So the battery box, the servo, the motor for the gearbox, you know, it's going to be there. And we need the room. So I'm gonna, come on, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit more stable. Now, how can we do this? I think we will probably utilize this here. Somehow, I don't know yet. This is too far. Damn it. If we use this, then we need some additional stuff here. Damn it, why cannot be here? Why cannot you be here? There's no holes for it to mount to the bottom frames, of course. See the problem. If there's no hole for this here, and this would be the perfect position because we can just use another lift arm to connect to this. If I move it further so that we have the holes to connect, then this gets a lot more complicated. And then, yeah, if I swap this to the other side where it was initially, we still need one lift arm more that I would like. You know? The frames are not, I think they're not gonna be problematic. I don't know. We'll see. I think the axle that's gonna provide the shifting is gonna be you know, it can go through the car, you know, as it is now. It can go through the car here. I If I take away this, because this is not going to be present. Okay, maybe it can't because this frame is in the way. But we can fix that. This frame is optional. We can turn it around and do something else. But you know, the axle for the shifting can go here. Doesn't interfere with anything, and then on both sides it can engage the shifting mechanism. And in the middle, it's connected to a gear. It's connected to a gear. Then where yeah, I know. It's not interfering at all. It's gonna be fine. Because where the driving gear is, this axle goes actually here. See? It goes exactly between the diff and this. It's not interfering with either one of them. It's not interfering. And that frame here, we can turn 90 degrees around. And it's gonna be fine. And then the axle is passing through. And here, this guy here is gonna be exactly above our shifting mechanism. You know? And we can do something here. I don't know what, but something. It's connected, so it can rotate. We can make, I don't know, a gear connection here, whatever. I don't know how we're gonna do the shifting, but you know, it's connecting them. Is not the problem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is probably gonna be the best way to go through. So if I move this back on the other side, then I can remove those. Okay. And we don't have a differential in the rear for the moment. There. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, now here I have to do the following. Where? What is that? Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. You mean this frame? Ah, um, I get you now. Yeah. I sorry. I didn't. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Um, yeah. So Ben is right. Ben is right. I did not consider this. Uh, I mean, the axle is gonna be where I said it would be. So the axle combining both uh, shifting mechanisms. But what Ben wanted to say is that we need to consider this being here in the rear as well. Of course, uh, this needs to be here. Um, and when this is here, the frame cannot be here. Of course, but we can we can work around this. Um, we are gonna probably use now this here. We'll have to and see where it gets us. Yeah. Mhm. What can we do here? Mhm. We can. What's the distance here? We could use this here, but then we have a problem. Mm. Huh? We're gonna make ourselves a connector. Yeah. No. Just here. Okay. Mhm. That's what I missed. That's what I missed. Mhm. mean, this will work, but I'm not sure this is what I want. You know, I want something more solid. But I can see, oh yeah, I can see how this is gonna be. Come on, focus. I can see how this is gonna be uh, stable when we actually make this work. Anyway, uh, I'm gonna die here from heat, um, and I think we did good today. We did good today. Soon we have C pillar, and I'm gonna have to uh, cough up the cash and actually buy the blue BOE stuff, because it's slowly approaching the moment where we can't do much without all of that stuff. Um, yeah. So that's it for today. Next stream is of course tomorrow at the same time. Um, and until then, I need to figure out how to do this better. Maybe, I mean, maybe you have ideas. Maybe you can help me. I'll make pictures now after the stream and post them to Discord so that you will see the problem better. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I see you tomorrow.